over here at Champion Garage, and in this video, as y'all can see, I have my heads back from Sky Tower. And so I'm really looking forward to getting these things back together. I gotta figure out which head went where. I can't remember. But we're gonna get everything looked at, cleaned up, shined up, and ready for head gasket install. We'll probably go ahead and put the plugs in tonight. Again, they don't protrude enough down in there to cause any issues. So the first thing we'll probably do is go ahead and put the plugs in, torque them down to spec, just because it's going to be a lot easier to install those with the heads off. So stay tuned and you can watch the process. So now basically what I'm doing here is cleaning the engine prior to putting in the heads. One thing that you need to be sure when you do this is, of course, to make sure that the surface area of the heads are really good and clean, and no like build up any of debris or anything like that. As well as, it's probably good to rotate the motor over, like you're seeing me do here. And then also, prior to putting on the heads, you want to blow out any of the holes where your bolts go through, or in my case, the stud. So when you put these studs in, it's pretty important to just not torque them in. The studs themselves, you just want to get them in and seated, but don't put any pressure as far as the torque wrench goes. And then also you want to use the supplied assembly lube with the studs themselves, as you can see me doing there. And it's best to use them on the bottom side. You didn't see that in the video. Another thing that I use in this video is Lucas assembly lube. I like Lucas. It is seems like to be really good stuff. It's been pretty much all I've used as far as engine assembly lubrication. I did also use them to put together I guess you would say lifters or cam followers. I don't know what rocker followers. I put them in prior to y'all seeing that. And then when I go to torque these studs, I torqued them in a sequence: 25 foot-pounds, 50 foot-pounds, 75 foot-pounds, and then a final torque was 90 foot-pounds. These bolts, according to ARP, had a 75 final torque, but in my case I am doing a final torque of 90 because it is a boosted application, as you all well know here. And so covering up those heads, trying to keep things clean as I put on the other head. and go back with the assembly there. Always when you're putting these engines together, make sure that you follow all the torque procedures. I know a lot of people just say do the German torque, Guten tight, and go with it. I don't really recommend that. Also, when you do one timing, like we're doing here, it's good to go through that procedure several times as far as rotating the engine assembly. Rotate that several times just to verify that everything goes back in time, which my engine did. And the good thing too about these engines, it's pretty easy to get them in time. They're not too complicated, even though they are a single overhead cam. It's just good to just make sure, especially if it's your first time. It's not complicated, but remember, these types of engines are interference engines, so if it's not right, you pay a very serious price. So just be leery of that. Now here, I've just got the timing cover. I assembled it, put the front seal in, and as you can see, it's on the engine here and torqued down. Well, actually, I don't think it was torqued down at this point, and I just went ahead and threw the pulley on there and got it tight in there. And so there is also a torque procedure. I'll tell you, on these engines and a lot of other engines, especially your V6 Ford applications. They kind of have this V style front cover. I have run in several times people cracking these. So if you pull in too tightly up front, not following the torque procedure, or even prying to get them apart from the top, I have seen these crack and break because they are aluminum. And so as you can see here, I follow that procedure there. I may have not filmed torquing the timing cover, but we did get it torqued properly, and so I just encourage that very highly. So this part of the video is something that was really holding me up from completing the engine. This was the only part of the engine that I didn't have powder coated, just because I didn't want to disassemble the alternator, nor did I want to disassemble the supercharger. And I thought, you don't really see the alternator, but you do see the supercharger. I thought, man, if that was polished sitting on right on top of that engine, that would look really good. So as you have watched in my previous videos, they clear coated this engine, and the clear coat was actually made for heat, but something went wrong and the whole engine turned yellow like this. So it was a really good thing that the heads did have issues, because that gave me a really good opportunity to clean this part of the engine up. And I'm using, as you can see in the video, an aircraft stripper. Be very careful, of course. You know, I started on a sample video that I didn't film, or sample piece that I didn't film in this video. And so my step process really in this was just take a cheap brush and rub it on, and then I took parts or brakes cleaner and just sprayed it off, and done a little scraping here and there, and it worked out quite well. It come off very fast, that I thought, and so I was really pleased with the removal process, and it didn't take me but an hour to really have it to where I want. Again, this is polished aluminum, so it just really returned it back to its previous state. So check this part of the video out and enjoy the little transformation there. can see we got a lot of things done on the engine. You can see the supercharger is pretty well clean. Check this out. Don't that look better than it did? So everything else is pretty well black on the engine, which this will really highlight the top of the engine. We got the alternator clean too, and it's gonna really, I think it's really gonna look good. I'm really pleased with it. And so next week I'll be putting the exhaust manifold or the headers back on, and that's kind of the biggest thing. And I ruined the power steering pump when I put it on. The stupid installer wasn't threading into the dadgum thing, so I boogered it up all the whiz, and so I ruined a power steering pump, and that's what's leaking right now. That made me real happy. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's one of them things. It's just a minor setback. If that's a least thing I do, it'd be all right. So fuel rails and stuff are on. The majority of the pulley system for the just regular drive components is on. Of course, we have the alternator that's yet to go on. So it's going to go together quite well. So I'm looking forward to getting it done, looking forward to doing some more and filming some more. Y'all stay tuned, and please like, subscribe, and comment to our content. Again, we're hoping to get into big enough where we can do this kind of stuff all the time and document it. And if there's something you want to see on how we did, just please comment and let me know, and I'll be sure to shoot that footage for you. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Champion Garage.